and welcome back to this week's Spark of Knowledge. The Spark of Knowledge that is made possible by the StatuMentis Academy. And if you want to know more about the StatuMentis Academy, visit my website, StatuMentis.com. In the StatuMentis Academy, you can find articles, we're busy creating podcasts, and you can find the Spark of Knowledge. Also, if you like these form of videos, if you like this form of sharing knowledge, also visit my YouTube channel, that is the StatuMentis Academy. And if you like it, please give me a follow there or a like. Okay, today's topic, I would really like to talk about stress management and the effect that stress or arousal has on performance. As you can see, the model with this spark of knowledge is the inverted U-curve. And what I really like about this model is that it's a very simple way of showing the relationship between arousal and performance. A very common mistake that I encounter in my day-to-day practice is that people think sometimes that you need like zero or very little arousal to be able to peak perform. As you can see in this model is that we need a decent amount of arousal to get into our peak performance zone. So under arousal as well over arousal, if we are in that condition, it has a negative influence on performance. Today I would like to talk about how you can recognize as a coach or as an athlete or as an athlete yourself if you're suffering from under arousal or over arousal. Under arousal is typically, you can see that in, I will take a soccer player for example in this spark of knowledge, but you can see when the timing is off, like, they're always just a little too late. You see most of the time action that just are half done. There's a lack of intensity, lack of timing, very sloppy mistakes. Those are typically signs of a player that is under aroused. Most of the athletes that I work with that come to do a training with me suffer from over arousal. And what is typical for over arousal, as you can see also in the model that goes with this spark of knowledge, is that you see panic behavior. So for example, when we take a soccer player again, you see kind of like the ball that suddenly kind of like goes into a direction that is absolutely unnecessary. There's no explanation for it. It are the players that, you give them a very clear task, but suddenly they do things that they don't do in training. It's not agreed upon. So if you see very panicky behavior, that's a very clear sign that the player is over aroused. Also, what goes hand in hand with signs of over arousal are muscle tension, is less fluent motoric behavior. So you see kind of like the fluency goes out of the pace of the handling of the ball. Also, a very big sign of over arousal, one that is easily missed, is when a player feels over aroused, it really feels uncomfortable. So you see that their risk-taking behavior goes down. So you see that a player, who has the task to play up front, or usually his nature is to play up front, suddenly goes playing the ball to the side or backwards. So it's kind of like avoidant behavior is also a sign of a player that gets over aroused, because over arousal also goes hand in hand with a very increase of the stress level. So consciousness, the internal factor goes up. We really get into our mind. So, thoughts become crystal clear. So you also see the players that come into that overthinking loop. Those are all signs of over arousal. Now, obviously, the $1 million question is, what can we do about under arousal and over arousal? Under arousal means there's too little arousal, so we want to add arousal, we want to add stressors. What you can do as a coach or as a player yourself is that you focus less on the process and more on the result, because that's an adding of stress. You can give yourself extra tasks, extra responsibilities, all things to add, little amounts of stress to get your arousal level up. When you suffer from over arousal, and again, in my day-to-day practice, my experience is that most of the athletes suffer from over arousal. What you're going to do is that you take tasks away. You say like, okay, I try to keep it as simple as possible when I'm under stress to reach that peak performance zone. So you say I give myself a maximum of 3 tasks, and I try to make those tasks as concrete, as basic as possible, because the simpler my instruction to myself is, the better I kind of like am prone to perform under stress. So those are all, simple things that you can do to manage your own behavior, to manage your own stress level, to get into your peak performance zone. If you would like to know more about stress management, or you think you can use, training to be better able to manage your own behavior, please don't hesitate. Send me an email, visit my website. You can fill in a contact form there. And I would love to talk to you in my next Spark of Knowledge. And don't forget, subscribe to the YouTube channel of the Academy. I look so much forward to talk to you again next week. Thank you for watching and have a great day.